Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome to the second episode of our course on the user interface of Revit. So, on this episode, we are going to explain the tools involved and the user interface around Revit 2023. So, first of all, I'm going to use what a sample project from Autodesk. Also, I can open some of my sample files from here. So, this is a sample template in which I can use. So this template has nothing inside. It's a template in which can be developed into a project template, or a template in which helps you as a basic learner to develop this template into anything that you want. But I'm going to try and use the sample files from Autodesk. So I'm just going to click on the image here, and also I can click here to open my project for me. Okay, guys, we are in the project tools user interface. So this is the user interface which contains the tools involved for drawing. So we are going to explain everything involved here. Don't let the user interface confuse you. I'm going to explain everything a bit by bit for you to understand what it entails in the Revit user interface. First of all, we have stuffs here. The various parts here are called the quick access button. The quick access button helps you to access tools very fast when you don't even have to browse into these tools. So we have the save here. We also have the synchronize area. We have the undo and redo here. You can also print from the quick access button, and Autodesk has introduced a new PDF at the top here which helps you to print a PDF file when you want to save your file into a PDF. And also Autodesk has provided an active control in which we can dimension at any area in which we want. We also have this thing here which measures between two reference plane as well. We also have the align dimension. We have the annotate area, we have the text area, we have the 3D as well. We also have the section and the line weight here as well. And we can also close our various windows or switch between various windows in which we want. So this area are called the quick access button area. Aside that, we have the panel, the model panel, in which contains the categories of model elements in which we have. So under the model panel, we have or the ribbon panel, we have the architecture area. The architecture area deals with walls, doors, windows, components. Under the component, we have place in components and model in components. But for you to understand, or for us to get access to these tools, what you have to do first is to just come here on your level 1. Just double click on your level 1. Okay, so when you double click on your level 1, you can have access to these tools. But let me explain something to you. This user interface contains a whole lot of stuff. First of all, we have the ribbon area in which deals with the tools we have. We have the properties area, and we also have the project browser. So I'm going to explain as I said earlier. So let's finish with architecture area. I said that we have the model in place area. We have the place in model. So the place in model or place in a component helps us to place our various elements like the chair, like the TV, like the doors and other stuff into our model. And under the model in place also helps us model maybe a table or a TV in which suits the user, in which suits you in order to bring into your project. So this is the difference between placing a component and modeling a component in Revit. Aside that, we have the structure column and an architecture column. But when you are dealing with the structure panel or the structure ribbon, it's best you use the architecture columns. We also have the roof. Under the roof, we have categories of roof designs or roof model or roof tools. We have roof by footprint, roof by extrusion, roof by face. You can also provide your soffit board here and also facial board here around. And aside that, you can provide your roof gutter in which collects a lot of water around the building. Also, we have the ceiling here in which helps you to what? Provide a ceiling in your model as well. We have the floor. Under the floor too, we have architecture floor, we have structure floor. We can also do floor by face and also floor by edge or slab by edge as well. We have the curtain wall system, the curtain grade, the mulon as well. So we are going to try and use these tools in our videos to come. We have the railings in which helps us to draw what? Our staircase railing and also our balcony and our porch railings. Aside that, we have the ramp, we have the staircase, and also we are going to provide some model text, model line, model groups as well. So when you model, you can try and group your model as well. And also we have the room. So this tells about what? The various room names. So when you look at the note concerning the room names, it talks about create a room boundaries by model element. So when you create a boundary, you will be able to what? Provide what? Your room boundaries or your room tag. We have the room separator. The room separator talks about when you want to divide a room into two without you providing maybe a boundary such as a wall or something. You can use the room separator to separate. From the image you can see A and B or 1 and 2. Aside that, we have the room tag. So when you place your room name, you can also place what? Your room tag as well, and identify the various room to suit the name given to your model or your design. We can also get the room area, create an area defined by walls and boundary as well or lines. We can tag our room area. Also, we have openings. Under openings, so under the ribbon or the ribbon panel, we have something we call openings. Under the opening, we can create opening in the building, like such as voice and openings as well. So we have by face, we have by shaft, we have by walls, we have vertical, and we have dormer openings as well. Under the ribbon area too, we have something we call datum, which datum tells about the level in which we have or the various elements in which helps us in setting out a building and also providing a dimension in our building in order to help us what? Work with our drawing on site or everywhere. It makes our drawing readable, it makes our drawing accurate. So under the datum area, we have two elements here in which you can access the level when you are in elevations or in sections. You can access the grid lines when you are in the floor plans. So right now we are here. I'll talk about this area right now. We are the working area, so you can have access to your grid lines. Also, we can set what? Work planes and also pick a plane as well. We also, after picking our work plane, we can use the show, and also we can make a reference plane as well. So these are the elements in which are contained in what? Just the structure area, the structure panel area. So let's move on into the structure area. So the structure area also contains a whole lot about the structure tab as well. But first of all, let me explain this. This whole area where we can see our drawing are called the working area. So if you are a manual or if you are an AutoCAD user, the place in which you can see as a light dark are called the working area, as you know. So we are trying to bring AutoCAD into what? Revit. And these are the tools in which you can see some of the tools in AutoCAD are related in here. But here we don't deal with lines, we don't deal with uh, shapes, we deal with what? Models, we deal with element, we deal with solid element. Because when you watch our sub videos in which we've done, we've talked about what an AutoCAD is and what a Revit user or a Revit tools user is. So let's move on. So this is the working area. So under the structure tab, we have the beam, we have the walls, we have the column, structural columns. We have the floors here, the structural floor as well. We have the struts, the bracing and the beam system. We have connections and connection automation. We have a whole lot of stuffs here. So because we are going to start with structures, I think it's best I explain a whole lot of things. We have the rebar here as well. We have the reinforcement area, or we have the path, fabric area, fabric sheet, cover. So this helps us to provide what? A cover for our reinforcement, and we are going to talk about this in our videos to come. We have the rebar coupler, and also same, we have placing model in place as well. We can also do model text, model line, model group as well. We've already explained about the openings, we've explained about the ductium and the work plane. Under the structures too, we have the steel, which talks about the steel connection, the plate, the bolt, the welding, the corner cut, coping shape, cope screwed, and a whole lot here. We also have a new introduction in Revit 2023, which helps us to do what? Provide us with a precast element such as shop drawing, reinforcement, mounting part, and split element. So these are a new introduction in which Autodesk 2023 has inserted for us to be able to work fast. We also have the system in which talks about the MEP guide, the piping, the plumbing element, the lighting and stuff, providing our AC duct and also a whole lot. We are also going to deal with the insert panel in which talks about the linked area. We can link our Revit file, we can link an IFC file, we can also link the CAD file into Revit. That's nice. And also link what? A topo or a topography into our model in Revit. And also DW marker files. We can also do decals by inserting image here. We also have the point cloud, coordination model, Revit linked, Revit image, and manage link is best to use because under the manage links, it helps you to what? Manage your various links in which you want to insert, such as the IFC card file, decal files, and whole lot of files here. You can use the manage link to contain everything. Apart from that, we have the import area in which we can import, bring files into our Revit template or into our Revit project. So we can link images, we can manage images, we can import PDF files, we can import images. And also the best thing that I love about Revit is what? Loading families into Autodesk. So I think this load Autodesk family is a new thing that Revit has introduced. So that we have the load as group, we have the insert here as well, loading what? 2D elements from a file. So the insert deals with what? A whole lot about Autodesk. Aside that, we have the annotate area. The annotate area contains what? The annotate panel contains what? The dimension area for dimension, various angles, various radius, and various length. Also, we have the spot elevation, which deals about the elevation of our various levels as well. We also have the detailed area in which we can help us to provide various detail elements such as a detail line, and also we have the fill region. In AutoCAD is called hatch. So in AutoCAD it's called hatch, but in Revit it's called fill region. So we have two types of fill region. We have the maxing region and we have the fill region. So we are going to try and use this. And also we have components as well. We can also provide 2D components in Revit. So what we can also do, we talks about what? revision cloud, detail groups, and insulation. We can also provide what? Insulation. So this area helps us provide some 2D elements or some 2D details in Revit. We have the text in which we can check the spellings, find and replace text as well. We have the tag category, talks about a whole lot about the tag by category, tag by all. We have the beam annotation, multi-tags category. We also have material tag, and we have the room tag, the space tag. We have thread or staircase tag. So this helps you to tag various thread in your model or in your various floor plans. We have the reference, view reference. We have multi-bar tag here as well. One thing that we cannot go without are the keynotes, in which we have, when you click on this simple triangle here, you can have an element keynote, material keynote, user keynote settings. So this helps you to categorize various elements in which you want to do by providing a keynote. Also, we have the color field. So you can see this color field here. So these are the color field in the floor plans. We have the color field legend. We have the dot legend and the pipe legend, and we have the colorful legend here as well. So when you come somewhere here under the properties area, let me see if I can find it. We have the color scheme here. So this helps you to generate your color legend as well. Aside that, we have the symbol in which we are going to use much often in our structures. We have the symbol here, and also we have an span direction symbols here in which we can use in our structures as well. Aside that, we have the analyze after modeling or modeling our structure element. Revit helps us model and also provide our load on the structure. So we have the loading here, in which talks about placing most of the load on the structure as well. We have the point load and a whole load, line load, and many load, as you know, the dead load and many load, as you know. So under the massing and site, there's mostly deals with the structural part of Revit, or the structural part for the architect. So they are various, they do with the topo surface, the site component, and the building part as well. We have the collaborating area, in which we talked about. So under the collaborate, we can also share a local file by working together here, by using the synchronize pattern as well, the synchronize here, and you can also reload latest and also relinquish everything that you are working on as well. We also have the work sharing monitor, show display, a whole lot here in Revit user interface. We have the view, in which tells about the visibility graphics, the filter, and the line weight. We can also create our view as a view template. So in Autodesk or in AutoCAD, whenever you create whenever you work on a model, you save the file. But in Autodesk or in Autodesk Revit, you can save the view in which you want and save it as a view template anytime that you want it. Then you can apply the template into your view to get the same view that you want. So this is very good in Autodesk Revit. Aside that, you can have your presentation here by doing some rendering in crowd, rendering in gallery. We have a 3D here, in which you can also create your camera aspect here and do some walkthrough in Revit. We'll have the default 3D views. Under the view also, we can create sections, callouts, elevations, plan views. So this is where to generate your various plan views, like the floor plan, reflected ceiling plan, structure plan, plan region, and also area plan as well. So we have the drafting view. We have the legend here as well. We have a whole lot by sheet, creating a sheet, and also sheet issue revision. We can also close what our various user interface or our various views in which we have by switching views as here. So under the switch view, we can have it as a quick access button at the top here. We have the various tabs here and what title views. Aside that, under the view pattern area, we can also navigate with our user interface by adding more or by eliminating certain view tabs from our user interface. We have the manage tool as well, in which helps us to manage our building or manage our project by providing project information, auto snaps, object styles. So under the snaps helps us to provide a view area like the midpoint and endpoint as well. So these are the various commands or in which you can use by using the SQL, SN, the center as well. Aside that, we have the additional settings in which helps us to do the line style, line weight, line pattern, fill region, and also sheet revision as well. So you can go through all this thing in Revit 2023. So I'm going to use this thing gradually for you to understand how it works. Under the manage area, we also have the Dynamo and Dynamo player as well. We have the add-in in which we can do Python as well to create more stuff into Revit. We also have the Lumion. This is a plugin which I installed to extract my model from Revit into Lumion. The last one is the model or the modified area. So the modified area helps us to create a quick access way of drawing. So we have the modified by moving, by copy, rotate, aligned, trim. We have mirror. We have also some of the commands here as well. So this is just about the ribbon panel. So what I'm going to explain next is the working area. So under the working area, anything that you select under the working area provides a property for you as well. So when I select this, it provides me the properties. That's how it works. Anything that I select tells me or gives me an information under the property area. So you know the working area, you know the properties. So under the properties area, we can also get some quick access information here, like the visibility graphics. So let me expand this one so that you see. So we have the visibility graphics here as well. We have the graphic display here as well. We can also set our orientation by using the true north and the project node as well. And also we can set our discipline into structural, architectural, mechanical, electrical. But one aspect or a tools in which you can't get in the world, why Autodesk Revit is the best, is the integration in which we can work with the MEP engineer, with the structural engineer, with the plumbing engineer. So these tools you can't get it from anywhere. That's why Autodesk Revit is number one. So we have the extent area, we have the underlay area, which deals with how to underlay architecture model under a structure model to helps you to guide you where to place your columns and where to place various elements. We have the crop extend, those about where to crop, where to uncrop. We also have identify data, talks about the name, identifying the type of view you are working on, the level in which you are working on, and also with your floor plan, the title in which you are going to give it on the sheet. And also it gives you the reference where the drawing is on. We also have the facing. Under the facing, it helps you to identify if the building or the model is an existing building, or if the model is a new project or a proposed project. So when I come to the project browser, also Autodesk Revit 2023 had advanced from the previous model or from the previous software. Right now, Autodesk provide us with this. any blue area shows or tells you that these blue elements are placed on sheet. The solar analysis are on sheet, but all the white box are not on sheet. We have the east, south, west. This blue element shows that all these elements what are placed on sheet. So Autodesk is advancing, and we also have advanced. So guys, I've explained the user interface for you to understand. I'll come back with a next video to explain what we can use the file for, and also when you come to the options, what are the various options here. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye for now.